Hey, breadwinners, welcome back to another video. My name is Jenny Hanson Lane. I love building this passive income. If you're new to my channel, I have documented every single moment that I could think of for KDP. I've shared my journeys, my struggles with you. It is time to pull back the curtain on my journey as a beginner. I started in January 2022, and I'm going to show you what happened. And I hope that this video gives you ideas for your own journey, but also you can learn from my mistakes. And let's get into it. So December 2021, I wanted to get my book on Amazon. I'm writing a book about authenticity. I'm a course creator, and I have a course about how to be authentic online. And it did really well the past couple of years, so I wanted to write a book. So I started studying everything about KDP that I could. Obviously, that took me to YouTube. And I went into that full on looking for self-publishing, trying to find something. And then you guys know what happened. It happened to all of us, right? We're like, what is this underground world of like publishing notebooks or journals or workbooks or coloring books? Like, this is so cool. And so in December, I decided like, well, if I'm going to write my book, like, let's finish my book. And then maybe like, let's publish something and see what happens. And so that's kind of what happened. January rolled around. It was New Year's Day, and I uploaded my first book, and I was like, wait, what? How come it's not live? Like, it's January 1st. I didn't know that KDP will take 3 days to review and approve and publish your book on their site. So if any of you are watching this video and you haven't started yet, just keep that in mind, that there is like around a 72-hour thing. I would even say, actually, with the new year, if you did this around, I think right now it's longer than 3 days. But if you start publishing after Christmas, I think that you'll be in a great spot to get those out by the new year. If you are looking to do any type of planner that starts in January, you definitely want to get that now, because people will buy those as Christmas presents as well. Okay. So once I uploaded my first book, it took 3 days to publish, and then it was up. And then I was like, okay, it's up. Like, where are the sales at? And I don't know why I thought that a book would just sell when you put it on there. I think, is that what YouTube makes you believe? I don't know. But I was like, it's not selling. What's happening? And then the first sale came essentially almost 3 weeks later. So I'm making this video today, November 21st, to illustrate 10 months of selling. Even though I started 21 days before this in January, my first sale came. So I wanted to share with you my first sale to today. So I had a goal to hit 20 grand. That was my goal. And then, so I started watching every YouTube video, because from January 4th to the 21st, I was like, uh-oh, did I just waste all my time? Because I kept publishing. I have 412 books now. And so I was just testing, and like, not YouTube. We love it, right? But you really have to go out and do stuff yourself. You can't watch a YouTube video completely without implementing something. You need to be able to understand what's important for the video and implement. So I watched every YouTuber that taught Amazon KDP. If you need a list, I can do a whole video on that. But you guys probably know them better than I do. Then I bought Publisher Rocket, because I was watching every video on KDP, and I saw Dave, right? Chesson from Kindlepreneur. And that was the first time that I really got into what's going on with keywords. Okay. Then I started to see, I started looking, who teaches this, So when I bought Publisher Rocket, that helped me find the niche that I'm digging gold out of right now. So I have a link for Publisher Rocket. And if you feel like you need videos or tutorials on that, then let me know in the comments, and I will share that in our niche slap course that is tomorrow. I'll be showing you those tools and walking you through a niche validation with all of them. Okay. So after I found that niche, I was ready to buy a course, because you can learn things for free, a lot of things online, or why it's important, but I needed to know how. I needed to know more how. So then I bought Rachel Harrison Son's Low Content Profit Academy, and I was a little bit ahead of that. I'm still really grateful for that because she teaches back end keywords, and that was something that is not that popular on YouTube yet. So January was filled with a sell, an investment in myself, an investment in software, one-time purchase, which is an amazing aspect of Publisher Rocket, and lots of published books. Okay. So my royalties from selling a couple books after the 21st was $12.75. So January rolls around, and now I'm like, okay, I have a little bit of experience in ads. So I'm going to watch every Amazon ad video on YouTube. So I did that. I took notes. I tried to remember the things that I learned. And then I turned on my ads, and I spent $75 on ads. And what I told myself is like, how could I do a strategy that was cost effective? So I decided like maybe I could do like a $5 a day strategy. So that's kind of what I started with because I had a little bit of extra money from the other income streams that I have. I didn't want to take any profits from my coaching or digital marketing or anything like that. I really wanted this passive income stream to be something that I generated myself, right? So I spent $75 on ads for the entire month of February, and that came out to $267 a day. So I figured like I could afford that. If anything, I decided like I don't go to Starbucks. I've only been to Starbucks like 3 times in my life, and I've always had food when I go there. So I was like, well, I'm not giving up that, but like if I gave up, a drive-through window to be able to run ads, that was worth it to me. That's how I justify investment for ads. Some people think, oh, I don't want to spend money on ads. I'm scared, but Amazon knows our customers better than we do. So that 267, that's an investment I was willing to make to learn because anytime that you run ads, you receive data from what you do. So this was the first month that a book sold in France, Italy, and the UK. So I looked at that data. I only had that information from my KDP income report. And I was only running ads in the United States at this time. So then I looked at publishing, I translated some of my books into those countries. And this was very, very basic. This is not, a medium content or high content where there's a lot of words. It was really easy for me to do the translation myself. I tried to speak a little bit of Espanol, pero necesita mucho practicar. Like, I don't even know if I say those right. I'm working on it, right? Okay, so I sold in those 3 countries, so that was exciting. So the royalties for February, my second month on KDP, was $79.01. And then I had to subtract my ad spend. So I came in at $4, so that was less than January, right? But I'm gathering momentum here. So March rolls around and I need to get my book about authenticity out. So I decide to buy Publisher Supremacy. His name is Dane Macbeth. I bought this March 10th. And I knew this would help me promote my book about authenticity. That's why I bought this. And he also has an ads course. And this is where I met Ivan Finn. Dolphin, is it? Ivan Dolphin. And this is his course, best-selling book ads course that I've shared with you guys. And it was really with his help. He helped me tweak my ads little by little and really get going. Okay. So I kept publishing low content in my validated niche because all the money that I had made were from those niches. And I decided, let's try to go deeper. So I also learned advanced strategies for ads. And at this point, I had not developed my own strategies for ads. I was using things that I had learned. I didn't have enough data to decide what to do next for my ads. So this was a lot of growth this month. I validated another niche outside of the one that I was gold mining in, and I started publishing books for that. I also hired a ghostwriter for another topic for this validated niche that was outside of my book about authenticity. And if you're interested in a video about ghostwriting, I have so much to say about it. I almost don't have the emotional energy to make the video unless you guys want it because there's a lot going on there. Okay, so then at the end of March, I sold more books in France. So that was really exciting. the royalties increased to 287 and 20 cents. And then my ad spend, I figured out my ads a little bit more, spending $75 without having it, even though it was 267 a day. I wanted to do less. So I started figuring out from Ivan, like how to make things more profitable. So my total profits were 272.29. And now I knew like I could take those profits in 60 days and I could roll it back into my ads. So my profit became my ad spend. I had to wait a little bit, but this is what happened in April. More books sold in France and the United States, and my profit went up to $8.97. So learning ads was really the big difference here, if you guys are noticing, than previous months. Okay, so my ad spend also went up, but I knew that the money was coming in, so I could stretch myself. Okay, so my total profits for April was my biggest month at $549.74. So when May came in, I hit around the same spot, but I was actually spending 3 or 4 times as much in ads. It's $56, but still not as much as. So I will say, you might notice that when you don't know what you're doing with ads, you might end up spending more money on them, because once I learned, I was like completely okay with this margin. It was really exciting to make passive income from low content books, right? So May was 751, and I started to see a lot more sales, specifically in the US and France. Okay, so that was promising. So June royalties was again my best month. I finally broke the $1,000 mark, and I credit this to understanding ads and keywords, and I already knew how to write descriptions, and you guys have seen my videos on writing descriptions. So that is June 1,000, and so I just went heavy into July. You can see I spent $400 more in ads, and I made $1,000 more, which is a really big deal to put in another $100 on ads and double your profit. That's not normal, and I'm really grateful. And I would say it's not normal unless you have a validated niche that's underserved. Okay. This is when also sales in Germany and Australia picked up for me. So I looked at, is it possible for me to translate anything into German? In August, you can see that I almost tripled the revenue, and the ad spend I doubled, and I was able to bring in another $1,000. So August became my highest month, and I just tried to turn off ads that were not doing well. I started putting more books up. I started turning on ads for those. Okay. And then September came around and I pulled back my ads a little bit and I made the same amount. So that was really, you can see that I'm optimizing ads every month. I'm really trying to figure out ads, because I believe if you can figure out ads, it's going to be a sweet spot for your success. When October rolled around, I had figured it out. I feel like this is when my royalties were over $5,000, and then my ad spend was under $1,000. That's like the sweet spot if I could keep that going. I don't know if I have to keep finding the niches to do that. It's not, that's really what it comes down to, is an underserved community of people that are looking for something. That's why we say riches in the niches, because if you can find an underserved that community of people and sell them a product, yes, okay. So this was $4,700 for October. And then November to date, as I said, I'm making this video on the 10-month mark. I'm at 3,200 and my ad spend is at 700, and I'm 3 times lower than what I expected to be at. I did kind of have a feeling going into November and December that they wouldn't be my biggest months, because my books that are selling really well are not really, they're more evergreen type of books. And I don't necessarily see my ideal customer going out of their way to buy them as Christmas presents, if I'm completely honest with you. Some of my books are in the most wished list, when a lot of people add it to their cart for wish list. But I also don't know that this is a book that someone would go buy for somebody else. And I'm okay with that, because I need to validate more niches. I need to scale because I want to do more. So in 10 months, this is today, I tried to get my dates from, instead of January 4th, the first day it was published, to January 21st, but it's been too long to do that. But this is 2022 to date, 10 months to the day of the first sell. We're at $24,259.03. And I'd like to set a goal for next year. I'd love to hear what your guys' goal is for next year. And if you want to talk more offline, I'd love for you guys to join my Facebook group. This is the Be Breadwinners for Authentic Entrepreneurs. And inside of here, you'll meet other people that are publishing, but also this is a primarily a marketing group. And so there's a lot of different topics that we cover. And so we'd love to have you guys in this group to help you hit your 2023 goals. I would really like to work on high content, actual writing books. They are a lot more work than low content, but I think that you can make more money in the long run. And so I need to focus on the goal at the end of the marathon and reverse engineer that, because when I get an idea for a low content book, like, it's so fun just to sit down and bust it out in like an hour or two. But like high content, it's not like that. I have to spend an hour each day writing, which I'll probably do some this morning. Anyways, I'm so grateful that you guys are here. I'm so grateful that you followed this journey, and I'm really excited for next year. I think it's a great place to find passive income. Love you guys. Peace out.